A building with which Shakespeare must have been familiar all his life is the Guild Chapel. It adjoins the school he went to and is directly opposite the house he finally bought for himself when he was 33 years old and beginning to be a success. The schoolroom where Shakespeare is thought to have been educated is a large upper-story room which is still in use as a school classroom and has hardly changed since the 16th century. The room below is the Guildhall, where his father would help to conduct the town business. There are no records showing that Shakespeare attended the school, but it was free to citizens of the town, and his father was a prominent one. It was considered the best school in the area, a grammar school founded by King Edward VI, not long before Shakespeare was born. Here, until the age of 16, William Shakespeare studied Latin grammar and the works of Seneca and Ovid, and whoever else his Oxford University-educated masters favoured, and he learned to grapple with the ideas which were to bear such wonderful fruit. And below in the Guildhall it is quite likely he got his first taste of the theatre, in performances by travelling companies of players who often visited Stratford. Before he was to begin his career in the theatre, there was still some experience of life to be had in the country. Throughout his plays, a knowledge of the countryside is everywhere displayed. We don't know how he was employed at this time. Perhaps he worked on a farm, or in his father's workshop, or was a lawyer's clerk somewhere. He didn't go to university. He did, it was rumoured, poach deer on the nearby estate of the Lucy family, however. The huge house of Charlecot, with its fine gables and great gatehouse, must have dominated the country around Stratford. In later life, Shakespeare was to meet many aristocrats. This view of an aristocratic mansion was all he probably had of lordly life then. But his own much more earthly life was going on apace. We don't know what work he did, but we know that at 18 he married a woman of 24, Anne Hathaway. This is her father's house at Shottery, outside Stratford. 6 months after the marriage, a child, Susan, was born. 2 years later, twins. What drove him to the step he finally took with his life is hard to say. Perhaps his father's house where they now all lived was too cramped, or the travelling theatre players who often acted at the Guildhall were too exciting to resist. Whatever it was, in 1587, at the age of 23, with 3 children and a wife behind him, he set off over the old Clopton Bridge across the River Avon to make his fortune in the theatre in London.